There we go. It's that time of the season again. It's finals day for season 5, class of 92 British Touring Car Championship with SBR, and we've got a pretty 5-way title battle, which we'll go into. But thanks again to BTCC Blueprints for their continued support and offering prizes as well for the champion of this season. So Nathan goes in and he is 8 points clear of Ben, pretty much like last season. Sean's still got a good chance, as has Jake, who's on a real roll lately. Adam and Liam are outsiders, as well as Chris, and you still have to count Will as well. Remember, there's double points for this race, and so that'll be 50 for a win instead of 25, so it could really change the order, especially down the bottom with Brian and Andrew. Remember, the bottom two are going to get relegated today as well, down to the McGann series. So let's get on with the race then. Jake's on pole, ahead of Sean, continuing his good run. Then it's Nathan and Liam. Ben only 5th, Will 6th, Adam in 7th, 8th is Leon, 9th is, that's Dylan, he's joined. There's Alex and Ashley, Chris, Rob, Jeff, Brian and Andrew at the back. Unfortunately for them, they really need the points today. So then into the race we go, and the revs will rise in this very tense atmosphere into this first race. Cloudy conditions for the start of race 1, and we're away, and it looks like a good start for Jake. He's well clear as they head into Paddock Hill Bend for the first time. And Nathan and Sean around the outside. Sean trying to go around the outside of Nathan straight away, and he's lost it. He's hit the gravel and spun out at Paddock, and it had to happen at some point. It seems to be a magnet for the Scottish drivers, and that has completely ruined any chance that Sean had of the championship. It was kind of limited anyway, and that has just finished it. So I think we can rule Sean out unless he can storm through this field, but this is a field packed of good drivers, and it's not going to be easy to come through. Adam and Ben are fighting each other, and that's allowing Nathan and Jake to get away. Will takes to the grass in sympathy out of Surtees, and down the back straight to come for the first time. And Sean's still not caught the pack, but Jake leads from Nathan. Nathan will be desperate to try and beat Jake. Jake's on a winning run. He won all 3 races last time out, and that's Dylan, who's replacing Kevin in that car for tonight. Chris up the inside. Chris has had good practice pace, so he's definitely one to watch in the Sean Walker car. And off goes Dylan. Chris is through, and Ashley comes around the outside, and you might have noticed something on Ashley's car. Well, he's celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Muppets, and he's covered his car in a load of Muppets. Normally his car's hit by a load of Muppets, but that's just a different, that's probably going the previous rounds. He didn't put any names on them, so look out for that car though, with all the Muppets on it. Four abreast into the first corner. That'll be interesting into Paddock. They all seem to get round. Dylan leading that group, and then Rob, Alex, and we've got Andrew up the inside of Jeff, and he's passed him. So Andrew making some moves early in this race. He needs to, and then and Brian's lost it on the curb. Brian's been struggling in practice. He's thrown the car off the road quite a few times, and that's not going to help his situation to avoid relegation. It's looking pretty bleak for Brian, to be fair. Andrew, though, is the one that's fighting. He's trying to stay up, so we're trying to keep an eye on both ends of the championship table. And I repeat that the bottom 2 will be relegated today, as Andrew sends one down the inside of Alex. It looked like a bit of contact there, but he's gonna not take the position. Jeff's trying to go around the outside. Jeff with the overspeed gets there, and now Sean is on the back of the pack. Jake still leads, but Nathan is not letting him go. Ben seems to be holding up a few cars, doesn't seem to have much pace. Will goes off at Sheen's corner, formerly Dingle Dale. That's how I know it anyway. So again, Jake is not getting away from Nathan. Nathan hanging along in the slipstream. Jake sets fastest lap, immediately beaten by Nathan through down Paddock Hill, and then Pilgrim's Rise and into Druids. Will down the inside of the Muppet car of Ashley and takes it. Don't know what this series he's turned into. We've got the Muppets and we've got the clown car, so becoming a comedy act. Jake though cannot shake Nathan, he'd be worried about that. Ben has got Adam all over him, and then Liam's part of that group as well, with Leon and Chris just off the back of it. Will's got Ashley, Dylan and Rob all in that, and ooh, Alex has crashed into the side of Sean, and Sean's probably already angry from his mistake at turn 1. There's the slightest of contact with Nathan into turn 1, but it wasn't enough to cause the accident. Sean was just too wide, touched the gravel, and it spun him straight out. And very unlucky accident, but big consequences. Championship over for him unless he can fight back and get into the top 3, which is not likely. Jake getting sideways into Surtees. Yep, I had it right the first time. Oh, it's Sterling's, isn't it? Sterling's. Wrong way around. Jake still trying to apply the pressure, seeing if he can break Nathan, but it's not looking like it's going to happen. Nathan's hanging on in the slipstream. He's just going to wait for a mistake unless he can put a move on. And no, but Nathan's the one that's made the mistake. He's gone off at paddock as well, and that is a big problem. It will take him ages to get out of there. Ben's come past, Adam's come past, so he's let another championship rival through. Liam's going to try and get through as well. Might get that done because Nathan's going to have dirty tyres and he won't have the grip out the corner. And yep, Liam gets through as well. So 2 of the championship contenders have both been off at paddock, and both are ruining their chances. Nathan was looking good there to challenge Jake, and now Jake's basically got this race in the bag. He'll have a massive lead, and Ben hasn't got the pace to go after him, so he's got problems with Adam, Liam, Nathan, the rest of the field by the looks of it. He's really holding up. Adam's looking around the back with the clown car, as we've called it. No offence to Lawrence Bristow. And look back to see where Sean is now, and he is on the back of Andrew. And Sean, the aggressive Scotsman, will not be happy about that. He's just, I'm sure he had higher hopes. He was really fast in practice before this race. In fact, in practice there was only 0.3 separating the top 5, as Adam still looks around the back of the ICS Secura Amiga Toyota, but can't get through. And then we've got Liam, who's got Nathan all over the back of him, or I think that's Nathan, yes. Chris just about starting to join that group after getting past Leon. Leon holding on well in 7th though, but he's got Will catching him. Adam flashing the lights, trying to go down the inside, but nope, Ben's covered that one off. Chris down the inside of Nathan, so wow, he isn't messing around either. Chris is another one with a very, very outside chance of the championship, just like Liam and Will, but it would take something pretty drastic for them to win the championship. And wow, a lot of dust being kicked up as they run wide at Graham Hill Bend. We're going to get a replay of something, and here it is, and it's Rob down the inside of Ash, a day late and a buck short, and that sent Ashley wide as contact's made and into the gravel. Rob carries on, and then Ash's car comes across the track and hits Sean, and that's why Sean's lost 2 places, because he's obviously got pretty big damage from that, which will wear off. But again, another disaster for Sean at Paddock Hill Bend. Got John Cleland on the side, and John Cleland went off there a couple of times, so he's just reenacting his namesake on the side of the car. Adam's still pushing for a way past Ben, but not finding it at the moment. He seemed to have upped their pace to just start to gap Liam a little bit. Jeff kicking up the dust just behind Dylan, but he's scoring good points for Jeff. Jeff's another one that could be dragged into that relegation battle with Ashley and Alex. Those guys are not safe. So there's rules brought in to create some kind of tension at the top of the table as well as the bottom, so it gives people something to race for. So it's quite hard sometimes to be at the bottom of the table and just know that that's it really, but now with the relegation system down to the McGanns, these guys are desperate to stay in the league. Chris looking around the back of Liam as he continues his great race. Nathan's race is kind of stalled at the moment. Brian's having a nightmare as he continues to struggle with his car. and is quite firmly 16th at the moment. Sean 15th. He's dropped well back, so another mistake possibly. Ben still with Adam, but these guys are now starting to gap the group, and it looks like Chris has made his way through. So hopefully we'll get a replay of that. Chris is now up into 4th place ahead of Nathan 5th, and Liam 6th, as something's definitely happened. Here's the 3rd group. Rob and Dylan, with Jeff just behind. Jeff not had a stellar season, and he's definitely down there in the relegation, but he's normally better than that. Ben now just trying to get a gap to Adam. That's about the biggest it's been. Adam very good out of Sterling's. He closes quite a lot up there, out of Sterling's, and up that rise to the last corner. Ash now with Sean right behind him. Sean's going to look down the inside of Clark curve. He's down the inside, but not really alongside, and that's put Ash off into the wall. And well, maybe Sean's still got the red miss, because he just taps the back of Ash and puts him off the track. And Sean did receive a penalty for that post-race, a warning and a 10-second penalty. So that's really put the nail in the coffin of his championship, as these guys flash through out of Graham Hill Bend across the curb. Some taking more than others. And now finally we come back to what happened here. So Chris has already got past Liam, and then Liam's trying to hold off Nathan, but Nathan sweeps around the outside. And is he going to hold that? Well, we know he does, so there we go. And now Nathan all over the back of Chris, and it looks like he could send one down the inside at Paddock, and he has. So that's that move done. And Nathan back to 4th, so he's finally woken up. And now we'll go after Adam and Ben. Back live now, and then there's Adam. So it's Nathan just ahead of Chris, and Liam losing a couple positions there. Leon continuing his good form. He's 7th place at the moment. He's got his act together in the right time of the season, to be fair. He was one that could have got dragged into that relegation battle. He still could, I suppose, but Ben and Adam, this looks like Adam's still flashing his lights. He's frustrated, but Brands Hatch not the easiest track to overtake. You have to be quite patient with your moves, although we haven't seen that so far. And Jake's still pulling away out front. He'll have pretty much the length of the pit straight by the end of this race by the looks of it. He's already got half of it. The 2nd and 3rd battle comes out of Clark Curve. Nathan, like I say, just past Chris, and he'll look to go after those two in front of him. Now Will on the back of Leon. These two pretty similar pace. Will's worked his way up to the back of that car, the Rob Gravitt lookalike car. It's the other Peugeot livery that's winning this race at the moment. Gary Ailes' car, driven by Jake, still pulling away out front. Alex and Andrew going at it as well. Alex pretty well, he needs to beat Andrew to stop himself being dragged into that relegation battle. Let's go back to Jake, still pulling away. Brian's about to get lapped, or has been lapped by Jake, but is about to get lapped by the middle pack now, or sorry, the lead pack. And well, we've lost the car there. That looks like it was Leon that went off. It was, and here we are. Leon's just gone too late on the brakes, got a drift on and drifted past the barrier there, and later remarked that it was whiskey hands that did it. So obviously had a couple drinks again tonight, Leon, but he drives better that way. But a good save, and he continues in the race, losing 1 place to Will, and down to 8th place for Leon, and also puts him back with that group with Rob. So you can see Rob's not that far back now. He's got Dylan with him. Or is that Ash? It looks like Ash actually. No, it is Dylan. And Jeff. Jeff scoring some good points at the moment. He's ahead of the guys he needs to be, which is Alex, Andrew and Brian, as Sean catches the back of the group again, and Brian's off. Brian spun coming out the last corner just in front of the lead pack, so luckily he didn't spin back into the road, but I know a few people had their eyes on stalks when he spun across the pit entrance. Adam looking close again to Ben now. He's waited a couple laps and now he's applying the pressure again. Chris and Liam going at it as well. Leon, yep, has been caught by Rob. Brian gets out the way of everyone else, and Sean up the inside of Andrew, and he'll look to do the same to Alex pretty quickly. And here's the battle for second still raging. Adam's been flashing his lights, but no way through at the moment. Ben's just holding his line. Nathan's getting closer all the time though, so I'm sure Adam's going to get a bit worried about that. As Rob tries to make a move on Leon. Leon's covering that though. And Rob, the controversial member of SBR, sends one down the inside though. That's not going to happen there. It's quite hard to overtake at Sheen's, and Alex is off at Sheen's, and well, kicks up the dust, completely spins round, and he was battling Sean. Let's see what happens. So on the outside of Sean, let's slow it down. Sean's on the inside, Alex turns in, and as Sean comes out, and it's both connect at the same time. So Alex was turning in, Sean was coming out wide, and the stewards deemed it a racing incident. Both as equally to blame for that accident as each other. Alex the loser in that one, unfortunately for him, but yeah, I think maybe could have backed out of that, and he wasn't going to go around the outside, let's face it. Adam down the inside again, but no, covered again by Ben. Driving a pretty good defensive race. Adam's clearly quicker at this stage. Rob down the inside of Leon now. Surely he's got an overlap, and he'll send that up the inside. No, Leon holds on to it around the outside. He's gone so deep on the brakes. Can Rob get back? And he can. Gives him a little nudge off the track. And with the dirty tyres, surely that's going to allow Dylan through as well. No, Leon's got it covered. Jeff's now got an overlap on Dylan as he needs to get past. He's going for it. He's got it. And he takes position and hits Leon. And that's pushed him out wide. That's a bit of a push to pass there for Jeff. He wasn't looking, I don't think. Oh, what's happened here? Adam's now down the inside of Ben. Nathan's trying to do it as well, but can't quite get down the inside and takes the curb to avoid him. And we're on board with Adam now, going down the back straight. And into Hawthorns. Let's see what happens here. And he's completely off the track to get up the inside. Gives Ben a nudge, and that's given him the inside and the position. And as you can see, he was completely off the track when he made that move. And the stewards did look at that and deemed it a warning and a 5-second penalty for Adam for making a move off the track and pushing to pass. He wasn't happy about it, but you can see the pictures for yourself. But the race continues. Leon will be looking to get back at Jeff as well, Sean kind of on his own still, not making up too much ground. And ooh, that's close for Ashley. He almost lost that. So now Ben's all over the back of Adam. He'd be pretty furious at the way that Adam took the position, and he'll be looking to get it back pretty quick. He's got Nathan just behind him. He's not going to get around the outside at paddock. He'll look to get down the inside for the next corner. Can't do it. Switches to the outside, but Nathan's there, so he's had to come back in behind Adam. Just hope Adam can get through. Adam drifts a bit wide into Nathan. Ben's up the inside. He'll take the position back off Nathan. Now they're going to go side by side in the next corner. Oh, Nathan's got a bit late on the brakes, push Ben out, and that's going to move Ben down 2 or 3 positions as Chris and Liam come through. And that's a disaster for Ben's championship now. So Ben and Sean really throwing this away a little bit. Nathan's kind of saving his chances. If he can get past Adam and take second place, that's well, he's limiting the damage, because Jake's clearly going to win this. Jake's half a lap in front of everyone. But oh, he's gone wide, Nathan. He's trying to go around the outside of Adam for some reason, and that's put Chris and Liam past him, and Ben's going past as well. So he's wow, that's a disaster for him. Now Ben's down the inside of Liam, and that's not going to work at that corner, and Liam's off. He will be not very happy with that. So two angry Scotsmen in this race now. Let's watch the replay. We're on board with Nathan. Ben wasn't really looking for the inside. He brakes earlier than Liam actually. Then they collide as they go into the corner. Ben's trying to desperately to avoid Liam. He even takes to the grass. But as they come back on, there's a slightest contact which Gran Turismo escalates. But Ben definitely holding up his hands as the aggressor in that one, and received a warning and a 10-second penalty. So again, not helping his championship. So Sean and Ben kind of blowing their own chances here as Dylan starts to drop back, and now Sean is right behind Leon, so Leon's dropped back a little bit. Can Sean send one down at paddock? I think he's going to have to. He needs to get some points, and he's done it. Oh no, he hasn't. Leon's very late on the brakes today. He's been very good on the brakes, and Sean can't answer that. Now they head down to Graham Hill Bend. Out of there, and then head towards Surtees. And down the inside into Surtees goes Sean. Does he get that done? He does. Leon will look for the cut back. He does get that, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to take that position back. He can't. As Jake now on the final lap heads towards certain victory, as Adam's fending off Chris. Then it's Ben, who we know has got a penalty, Nathan and Will. But there's no doubt about who the winner is, and that's going to be Jake. He needed that to get really into the championship battle, and well, now he is firmly in it. He wins round 10 with the SBR BTCC with BTCC blueprints. Second is going to be Adam. Chris is going to be third. Ben fourth, but with the penalty, which will move him down to about 8th place. Adam takes it. Chris, Ben, Nathan and Will. Then Liam, who won't be happy, ahead of Rob and Jeff. So Jeff scoring good points, and he needed that. And in fact, he'll take 8th because Rob had a penalty. So Rob 9th, 10th for Sean, disaster. 11th for Dylan. Then it's Andrew and Leon. And then Alex and Ashley, with Brian a lap down. Let's just confirm those results. So it's Jake, Adam, but he had a 5-second penalty. Chris, Ben, who had a 10-second penalty. Nathan, Will, Liam, Jeff, Rob, Sean, who had a 10-second penalty. Dylan and Andrew. So the 5-second penalty would put Adam in 6th and Ben down to 8th. And then it is 13th for Leon, so his race really unravelled at the end. Alex 14th, Ash 15th. He won't be pleased with that, but the final points for him. And unfortunately for Brian, he's 16th. Jake, fastest lap of the race. So that's round 10. Join us shortly for round 11, which will be the finishing positions of that particular race. So it would be Jake on pole.